Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Muller. I'm the VP of the infrastructure at the BMW Group. And on behalf of the Open Data Center Alliance, very warm welcome to everybody. Thank you very much for your time, for being here today. And what an amazing view in that building. Unbelievable. I saw never something like that again before, so it's really wonderful. Nearly 360 degrees, seeing the nice, very nice Melbourne. And by the way, it's my first trip to Australia, and I think it's great. You have really a great country. I love it. I wish I can have another 10 weeks on vacation here, but obviously I have to go to Munich again and do my work. What do you can see today from us, from the Open Data Center Alliance? A short speak about the Open Data Center Alliance from my side, and after that we would like to welcome Adam Bennet, the CEO of the NAB, and after that we will welcome Garylish. He is the VP of Intel in EMEA. So let us start with my presentation on the ODCA. So the ODCA was formed in 2010, in autumn 2010. So we are like a baby right now, growing very fast. And the ODCA is a unique consortium of leading global IT organizations. So with an independent organization that gives stakeholders a voice of shaping the future of cloud computing. How to deal with cloud computing. ODCA presents a unique and a unified version of the cloud from a customer perspective, and with innovation of IT industry that gives both users and suppliers more secure, more efficient, both users and suppliers efficient, more secure, efficient paths to cloud computing, and we're working on requirements to focus on secure federation, automation, common management, and service transparency. So our core principles are: address the most relevant and processing cloud challenges with actionable requirements and recommendations through the development of usage models. That's the first big topic. Second one is help guidance and set expectations for flexibility and choice in the cloud products and services marketplace by collaborating with standard organizations and integrating industry input while retaining a clear customer voice. We are a customer organization. Commit to prioritize ODCA requirements in member planning and purchasing decisions. So the Alliance is very fast growing. Membership includes 300 plus companies spanning multiple continents and industries, representing more than over 100 billion annual IT spend. That's the power behind the Open Data Center Alliance. The Open Data Center Alliance is led by now 13 members in the steering committee, whose companies share the same vision for requirements that will shape data center evolutions. So joining by more than 30 contribution members working side by side in technical work groups that we have. Also ranking up in there is who of cloud industry in all of the solution provider ranks. We have representation across geographics all over the globe and industries to creating a comprehensive customer viewpoint. And pretty much important for us is Intel gives us a great help in the group and success as a technical advisor. So, what is the Alliance focused on? The Alliance is focused on most urgent requirements. So it's safe federation, it's automation, it's common management and policies, and it's service transparency. Security monitoring, so the usage model is designed to provide organizations with a standard monitoring framework and relevant interfaces that will let them query the status of the security and compliance within the service they procure from providers. Security provider assurance, the usage model provides standards, definitions of security and cloud services, details mechanism for service providers to demonstrate compliance and give organizations the ability to validate adherence to security standards within cloud services. All is documented, and you can have a look on it on the OpenDataCenterAlliance.org webpage. I really appreciate if you have a look into it and get more in contact with us in the ODCA. After that, we are here to answer, of course, questions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, very warm welcome together with me. The next presenter, it's Adam Bennet, the CEO of the National Australia Bank. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Mario.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mario. Thanks, Mario. And let me echo Mario's welcome to everyone here today, especially our overseas guests who I know from talking to last night. Some are here for their first time visit to Melbourne, or in some cases, first time visit to Australia. So hopefully you have a very warm welcome in our city. We're very excited about the ODCA, and I think probably everyone in the room has been watching cloud computing develop over recent times and have looked at the promise of cloud computing in terms of the economies of scale, the power of drawing on cloud computing. And obviously there's a massive investment underway over both globally and here in Australia by people all around the world investing. And that's one of the reasons the NAB really decided to get involved with the ODCA, was really reflective of that, and very excited to join the ODCA really at the ground level as this starts to take off. And one of the most attractive things was the members are predominantly from industry rather than the vendor side, and so really we're starting to shape cloud computing in a way that's probably more business driven and customer centric to our sets of customers, rather than purely driven from a vendor perspective, which is also legitimate, but it's different. Equally, by getting involved at the early stages, we get to shape what those standards look like and what they mean to us. And we're particularly interested in obviously regulatory standards and also security standards for financial services. And I think, as Mario alluded to, as these standards and usage patterns develop, it will allow us to look at cloud in different ways. Obviously, it'll help with pricing, it'll help with transparency, and will really allow the buy side of cloud computing a look at this through a different kind of lens. And I think, as Mario mentioned, the $100 billion in annual spend from the members is really something that I think the vendor community will take note of and really have a view on, and it will be influential. I think also one of the benefits for not only for the organisation that I work for and the economies of scale and the things that we hope to get for it is also the benefits to our employees of being involved in developing these type of standards as well. And we also think collaboration across that community of ODCA members who are taken from different industries with different perspectives, different customer bases, will really bring a lot more colour to the debate and the development of cloud computing, and that's something we are very attracted to as well. And we're very much of the view that we certainly at the NAB don't have a monopoly on good ideas, and so the more colour and the more richness of that debate we can have from different industries, ultimately I think the better outcomes we will get from cloud computing. And it is something that I don't think any of us know all the answers yet, and it's something that we'll work up. And I think it is a case of we should all reserve the right to get smarter and work collectively to bring that to life. I think as we get more involved too, and as those usage patterns emerge, we will be able to draw great benefits from it as well from a pricing perspective. So we will see more transparency. We'll have things not only for standards that help us look at and compare pricing across different cloud environments, but also start to bring standards that vendors have to work towards to really bring a standard and consistent approach to cloud computing, which, if you take it to its full extent, is really something where people do want to be able to plug and play over the future with their needs. At NAB, we've, as I mentioned, spent a lot of time contributing through the ODCA to the development of a lot of the standards, but we have taken particular interest in the security and the regulatory. And that's one where a lot of our stakeholders, including our customers, our employees, and also importantly our regulators, are developing views on cloud computing, and we absolutely need to inject those perspectives into cloud computing as it develops. And again, as I said earlier, one of the key benefits, I think, of the ODCA is that we get to contribute those to really at the developing stage of cloud computing. So I would, in closing, I would like to encourage Australian companies to get involved in the ODCA. It's something that we're deriving great benefit from. We're enjoying our participation. I think Australia has obviously many industries and can play quite a good role in injecting all those perspectives into the ODCA, but equally you will get benefit out of it, and at the very least you'll be able to inject your contribution and your viewpoint into what is arguably one of the biggest developments in technology of recent times. So it is a case of get involved and help participate and shape what I think is a very exciting future for this part of technology. So again, as Mario mentioned, we will be available for questions later on, but at this point let me welcome Gordon Garylish from Intel to say a couple of words as well.
Thank you. So, thank you very much, Adam. I have one question to you.
Yes. Oh,
so, can I open an account now? Because I trust you and your model there. So, you are ODCA compliant, and in the future with cloud computing, that gives me the necessary security, huh?
You can always open it.
Oh, thank you very much. So, Gordon.
Thank you.
The stage is yours.
By the way, I think one thing I'd like to say from Intel's perspective is the leadership NAB has shown here, not just at an Australian level, but globally, in engaging in this thought process has been really gratifying. And so our thanks to you for that. My role at Intel, I'm responsible for Intel's engagement with enterprise and government end users. And as such, I travel the world and speak to companies that are going through transformation and trying to absorb all of this cloud stuff. And I noticed about 18 months ago that whenever I said the word cloud, I did this. I sort of, and cloud, and it's because it was poorly defined, and it became the overriding term. So everything that used to be defined as the leading technology became cloud. And if you looked in Google today as a service, or AAS, or any double A, the usage has probably gone up by about 10,000 times in the last year. So against that backdrop, the cloud environment and the hype around it masks a really profound change both in business models and in technologies and the adoption of those technologies. And it's one that is very daunting for all of us. As we go to embrace this and we look particularly in regulated environments, we look at, well, what are my risks? Do I speak the same language as that vendor? Are they really talking about the same thing I'm talking about? And I think the impressive thing from the initiation of the ODCA was to tackle that very real issue. Now, initially, many people said, well, end user getting together, are they going to have results? And all I can say is we have seen stellar results on really nailing down and defining some of these key issues around security and automation and governance. And most of these problems are not about technology problems. They're about nomenclature. They're about, how do I engage with somebody in a way that is defined with clarity? And the benefit of having very smart people from around the globe adopt and work through these issues and define them is really immeasurable. And so I would encourage you to join, to be able to take advantage of that work and participate yourself. The vendors are listening. They're coming back and they're saying, how do we get more involved? Because they actually see this as a positive. Our view is that the engagement of the $100 billion of IT spend here, the companies that are really focused on accomplishing this, will result over the next several years in a $50 billion acceleration of cloud activity. And that's because the reason people don't engage is because of their lack of certainty. So the certainty that can be brought by this organization is something that is absolutely critical. The availability of really smart thought on the key issues that are standing in the way of you adopting the best practice that allows you to reduce costs and increase agility is really a huge, huge benefit. So I would like to thank NAB today for your participation and for this incredible view. I also can't really say enough about what I've seen in the last few days here. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gordon. Please, everybody, do me a favor. Would you please make a turn by 180 degrees? What do you see now? I think many, many, many clouds. And now turn back, please. Turn back, please. What is inside this room? The real cloud. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice evening.